Are you at the creative peak of your career?
We leverage our creativity to strengthen and develop our careers, while leadership seeks creativity from employees to maintain innovation and competitive advantage. Creativity is the generation of ideas, products, and services stemming directly from one individual's mind. The idea is either novel and can be moved forward towards implementation, or it is scrapped. What feeds an individual's creativity? Researchers have said that knowledge represents the fuel that feeds the engine of creative idea generation. Knowledge itself stems from the experience gained over an individual's career, derived from knowledge breadth and depth. Breadth is traditionally known as knowing a little about a lot, while depth is knowing a lot about a little. Historically, the research has been inconclusive in determining which is most beneficial, leading scholars to theorize idea generation as more effective when individuals possess both. Take the founder and CEO of the company I work for, Loxo Oncology. He is a physician and oncologist by training, granting him knowledge depth in the cancer space. Early in his career, he also served as an FDA reviewer and worked as a managing partner of a healthcare investment firm, reviewing hundreds of companies in various scientific and medical disciplines. This provided him with knowledge breadth. It is no surprise when the TRK gene was found to have an oncogenic effect if it fused to another gene, and a team of discovery scientists were starting to explore therapies that targeted the gene, he decided to launch a company to bring this drug to market and get it to the patients that needed it. Most of us are not fortunate enough to have a career path that engages both knowledge breadth and depth simultaneously, even though they are powerful tools when used together, which prompts the question, does the time we spend in our career affect our ability to possess both at the same time?
Pier Vittorio Minucci from London Business School and Kevin Young from Essex Business School did just that. They analyzed how knowledge depth and breadth are conduits to creative change over the course of Hollywood animators' careers. In their research, they examined knowledge depth and breadth. They defined knowledge as the neurological pathways of the mind, being organized into domains, which in turn are organized into schemas or cognitive structures. The structures contain knowledge attributes about a particular domain and the linkages between those attributes. Knowledge depth increases the complexity of knowledge structures, providing an individual with a greater number of schemas that are richer in terms of attributes and linkages, and therefore allows for a larger idea sample within the field domain. Knowledge breadth increases the flexibility of knowledge structures as it provides the individual with exposure to different domains and thus loosens up existing linkages, helping to create new ones within and between domains. From Minucci and Young's research, it was found that as career age increases, the effect of knowledge depth becomes less positive, and that depth is more beneficial for creativity in the earlier stages of a career, when knowledge structures are more flexible and need complexity. In turn, it becomes less beneficial later in one's career when knowledge structures become rigid. On my last construction project, I worked with a construction manager who worked in the industry for 30 years. He continually believed that newer processes were important to take advantage of in order to better meet production and improve cost savings. At one point, he analyzed the benefits of using a concrete pump truck versus a concrete bucket and crane when pouring bridge decks to present to a project executive. Over the years, he had acquired a lot of knowledge depth, yet this analysis showed that he was flexible and willing to accept change. This is often not the case in the industry, as construction veterans are set in their ways thinking they know best. In accessing knowledge breadth later in his career, he was able to become a successful construction manager. The interaction between knowledge breadth and career age is positively related to creativity, indicating that breadth is important later in one's career, as we saw in the last example. The results from the study suggest that individuals who are able to appropriately restructure their knowledge base across their career should be able to maintain high levels of creativity over time, and that having the appropriate levels of both at the right stage in a career can determine how creative you could be and whether or not you could generate creative ideas at all. This concept helps us understand what happens during the phenomenon of writer's block, where creativity and idea generation diminish.
In summary, we tend to have greater breadth when we are fresh in our careers, therefore we should strengthen our knowledge depth within a domain. Then as we progress in our careers, we gain depth and start to lose breadth, requiring us to maintain or strengthen across domains. As a manager, leader, or mentor, how do we foster creativity in our employees throughout their careers? We need to know our employees and be able to create programs that strengthen either their knowledge depth or breadth depending on where they are in their career. Minucci and Young suggest building development programs for new hires to focus on increasing their knowledge depth and programs for long-term employees that expose them to a variety of domains such as the arts or meditation. Some successful companies already practice this. Whether or not they are aware, they are fostering the creativity potential of their employees. Take Pixar's Pixar University as an example. They offer professional development programs with job-specific trainings and course topics such as creative writing and ballet. Patagonia incorporates a policy called Let My People Go Surfing, providing flex time to employees to catch a good swell, pursue an education, or get home in time to spend time with family.
As an individual, we also have the power to improve our creativity. When new to a career, make it a point to find a mentor who can help you hone in on your skill set, since you already have knowledge breadth. When you have more expertise or time within your field, you should make a conscious effort to experience domains you are not familiar with through work or new hobbies.
If we put forth the effort to foster creativity, businesses, individuals, and society will all benefit. In the words of Edward de Bono, creative thinking is not a mystical talent. It is a skill that can be practiced and nurtured.